in the heart of Manhattan. On a crisp September evening in 2024, the world of hip-hop was rocked when Sean Diddy Combs, a titan of music and culture, was arrested in the lobby of a luxurious hotel. This wasn't just a celebrity scandal. It was the culmination of a sprawling federal investigation into allegations that painted a dark picture of the man behind Bad Boy Records. The raids on his opulent homes in Los Angeles and Miami 6 months earlier had set the stage, with federal agents from Homeland Security investigations storming in, guns drawn, searching for evidence of a criminal empire. They were looking for proof of sex trafficking, forced labor, and racketeering. Claims that Combs had used his fame and fortune to orchestrate a web of coercion and abuse spanning decades. The raids uncovered a haul that shocked the public: guns, drugs, and thousands of bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Items allegedly tied to drug-fueled sexual performances known as freak-offs. These discoveries fueled a narrative of debauchery and control, the prosecutors alleging Combs coerced women into participating in these events, sometimes filming them while wielding his influence to keep them silent. The arrest stemmed from a grand jury indictment unsealed in September 2024, charging Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. By April 2025, 2 more charges were added, bringing the total to 5, each tied to allegations that Combs ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, manipulating women like his former girlfriend, singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura, and another woman known as Jane. The trial, which began in May 2025, gripped the nation for 7 weeks, with 34 witnesses, including Ventura, testifying about harrowing abuse. Ventura described being forced into freak-offs, while Jane spoke of hotel nights where she felt trapped by financial dependence and Combs' demands. Prosecutors presented receipts, texts, and videos painting a picture of a man who used his inner circle to cover up crimes. Yet, Combs' defense team, led by Mark Agnifilo, argued these were consensual acts within complex relationships, not a criminal conspiracy. They admitted to Combs' flaws, including domestic violence, but insisted he wasn't a racketeer or trafficker. On July 2, 2025, after 14 hours of deliberation, the jury delivered a split verdict that sent shockwaves through the courthouse. Combs was acquitted of the most severe charges: racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking, sparing him a potential life sentence. But the jury found him guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, 1 each for Ventura and Jane, under the Mann Act, which prohibits moving people across state lines for prostitution. The courtroom erupted in cheers from Combs' family, with his mother Janice and children celebrating as he knelt in prayer, whispering "Thank God." Outside, supporters sprayed baby oil in a bizarre nod to the trial's salacious details. While critics decried the outcome as a failure of justice, Judge Arun Subramanian denied bail, citing Combs' history of violence and dangerous temper, keeping him at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he'd been since his arrest. The judge noted Combs' 10 months of time served would count toward his sentence, set for October 3, 2025, though the defense pushed for an earlier date. The raids, arrests, and trial have left Combs' legacy in tatters. With dozens of civil lawsuits still looming, accusing him of rape and assault, prosecutors are seeking a sentence of 4 to 5 years for the 2 convictions. It's far less than the maximum 20 years, based on federal guidelines. Legal experts suggest Combs could serve around 3 to 6 years, with his legal team calling the verdict a massive win for avoiding the harshest penalties. Whether he appeals remains unclear, but analysts like Brian Buckmeyer argue he may accept the shorter sentence and move on. For a man who once reigned as hip-hop royalty, the path forward is uncertain. Will he rebuild his empire or fade under the weight of these convictions and ongoing civil battles? The saga of Sean Combs, once a king of culture, continues to unfold, leaving the world watching to see what happens next.